Imagine stepping into Red Dead Online for the very first time, not in 2019, but today. Is it still the desolate, forgotten frontier many talk about, or is there a vibrant, unexpected world waiting to be discovered? Join me as I recount my first month navigating the Wild West in a game that's seen its fair share of ups and downs. You might be surprised by what I found. I finally bit the bullet and decided to try Red Dead Online in 2025. After years of hearing about its struggles, I was prepared for the worst. But what really happened during my first month? Was it a ghost town, or did I stumble upon a hidden gem in the Wild West? Stick around to see the reality of starting fresh in one of gaming's most talked about online worlds. So let's dive right in. First of all, I obviously created my avatar, which actually has quite a variety of choices to design your character. After completing the kind of tedious tutorial, I was thrown back into the same open world we find ourselves in the story mode as Arthur and John, which made navigating much easier. Talking about navigating, the game was really difficult to understand for me at first, since there were seemingly so many characters, missions and more to explore. Once I finally found my way around and figured out how the game works, I started stumbling over the most obvious critical point about Red Dead Online, the repetitive missions. When you begin the game, you do many missions at first to earn money and XP, but as I progressed, I realized that there really weren't many different sorts of missions. There were delivery missions, in which you either had to deliver something yourself and were attacked many times, all trying to deliver it to your target. Or you went along with wagons, driven by NPCs, to protect them of said bandits. Then there were rescue missions, either you had to steal a horse, or bring back stolen goods, but all made in the same way. Then there is the best, but frankly also shortest part, of the game for me. The story missions. The story missions were similar to what you would experience in the story mode, but with other players, and once someone finally joined, the missions were surprisingly fun and I found myself going back to them constantly, even after completing them with a gold medal. Lastly, there are the character-specific missions, in which you can buy yourself different characters like Bounty Hunter, Herbalist or Explorer, and had to complete different missions, according to what you chose. As you progress into the game, you can also buy multiple ones with rare gold, but it really takes a long time, if you don't stumble upon hackers, which I encountered quite a lot of, since I am a PC player, but it really depended on the type of hacker, whether they ruined my immersion or sometimes even helped me out, with free money and items. Let's return back to the story missions for a moment. As mentioned, you complete these with other players, which enhances the gameplay so much, but sadly those story missions are a rarity. In most of my sessions, I occasionally encountered a player here or there, or maybe a couple when I went to bigger cities like St. Denis or Valentine. But all in all there really aren't many players in the game, especially since the map is so giant, that it's pretty rare to find other people, and then most of them mind their own business or just attack you. Since this game is an online game, other players are a huge part of it. That's ruining the game for me and taking away a lot of the immersion that's needed for a game like Red Dead Redemption. After this 1 month of occasional playing sessions, I didn't really find myself going back to the game or wanting to play it, since I was really missing a lot of the interesting parts, like playing with friends or finding new people. I even joined multiple Red Dead Online Discord servers, but even those were relatively deserted. I think the game really has a lot of potential, and if Rockstar acutely put some work and effort into it, it could even get to a GTA Online level. But since this isn't the case, you need to really enjoy the repetitive aspects of the game. I would still advise you to give it a try, especially if you have it anyway and were thinking of trying it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I would enjoy a like and subscribe.